from my watch. Go like that. Kind of hard using the phone at the same time. My apps. Spotify. So I could play it right on my watch if I wanted to. Or I could play it through any headset. Or I could actually just send it right to my speakers. All just from my watch. Volume controls. So basically it's becoming to the point where you could actually separate all your different activities to different things. So you don't have to like keep all your identity in one singular thing, which is really cool. And plus it saves a lot of battery power, because now I don't have to use Spotify on my actual phone anymore. I just use it on my watch, which offloads, it lets my phone sleep, fully, versus having to just run Spotify, keeping it awake all day. And the watch is much more optimized to run Spotify all day than the phone is, because obviously the watch is a lot more lightweight. It's really cool. You can even do stuff like this. There's actually, I should probably get a gimbal, but yeah, there's Bixby on it. So with Bixby, you can pretty much do anything. But you can also like use it to control Roku. Watch. I double click this button, and now I have a Roku controller. So I can actually control Roku completely from my watch. It's becoming like a full-blown OS. For health stuff, it's actually pretty cool too. You could actually set it so it could see here all like my apps, and everything's very privacy oriented. Like you could actually, they're all sandbox. So like anything you're doing is actually going through your phone. For instance, like if I'm using Google Maps, it's not going through the watch, it's going through the phone. So it's just like you're using it on the phone anyway. So you'd be taking care of the security as if you'd be taking care of it through your phone. It's just an extra view is what it's doing, which gives you like, you don't have to pull the phone out of your pocket as often. You can even surf the web on the thing, which is really cool. It's pretty crazy. You can control your headphones. There's a bunch of really cool apps. You can even like use it as a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard if you wanted to. And S-Pay is also really cool on it too. I use S-Pay all the time on it. There's a walkie-talkie mode, so like me and Alex could actually just like talk directly, like from watch to watch, instead of having to go through anything else. But yeah, and then there's the audio recorder. So anything that you, basically all the stuff that you typically, this is really cool too. This one, my phone's not on me right now, but this is what my phone's seeing right now. So I can actually like put my phone like in hard to reach places and see through its eyes. See, where is my phone? Where is my phone? Oh, I can also do this. So since everything is connected, I click this button and my phone's right there. Yeah, so when I turn on the mode where I'm watching through the viewfinder, you can see me right there, right? Or I could flip it and I can see through the other end. So that way I can actually like use it to actually even find like, you know, if I wanted to reach like an angle that I couldn't really get a hold of, like underneath a car or beneath like a single belt or something, I can actually find like, see what's going on underneath there and stuff like that, which is really cool. But in general, just like having a second viewfinder is really cool because if someone else is taking a picture for you, you can see exactly how it's going to turn out before they take it, or you can actually take the picture for them. Or you can take a picture from angles that you would not typically have access to. Like you have a drone or something, or if you had a stick. So that comes in handy really well. There's just a lot of really cool like things you could do with a second screen that you wouldn't think about. So it seems like what Samsung are doing is they're expanding it so that different screen sizes are capable of doing completely different things, which makes perfect sense because like this, like, you know, a phone for instance is like the most generic form factor, but it's not the most perfect form factor. It's always going to be like, you know, a bit too small or a bit too large for whatever reason. So you have the watch and you have the fold, which allow you to experiment with pretty much either direction, whether you want your apps to be full screen and have more AR, or just in general more of like a wide view, or if it's all just data oriented, how would you fit all that data into just a little round thing with a very simple interface where all you're really doing is mostly control applications with a viewfinder. And that's actually enough, you'll find, for most things. Even surfing the web, I found myself like using this thing to do quick web searches. And nowadays, since a lot of like web searches are pretty much like, you know, 2 words that you just want to look into for the day, and you want to just like check that out, it's pretty easy to just type in 2 words and then scroll down, tap in the link, and then read. And then the thing actually formats the article to actually fit in a column mode. Whereas like on a phone, it, you know, formats it to fit on the phone. Whereas on like a tablet, like Alex got the Galaxy Fold 3, you can actually unfold that thing and it turns into like a whole PC desktop thing. So yeah, did you want to get the watch? It's actually a really, really cool thing. What's cool about it is that this right here is the active. The only thing different about the active is that it doesn't have the rim around it. The rim around it is made out of steel, which actually makes it like stronger. But I've always thought that anything that, you know, you're buying, you should pretty much just buy the chassis and then buy your own case for it, because they sell cases that are pretty much like the chassis. You can buy like, you know, girly type things where there's like diamonds around the edges and it looks like really, you know, like feminine. I got like ever cycling things in the background, which is pretty cool. So I get like new pictures every single time. But yeah, so this is a active version, or just actually no, this is the normal version. The normal version now doesn't have the frame. Now it's actually a touch bezel. So you actually see that black bezel around it, you just swipe that. Whereas before there was actually like an actual physical wheel that you turn, which I thought was pretty cool. And I actually wish they would have made out of rubber instead of like a very hard rubber instead of steel, because steel still scratches. And then you'd be able to replace the hard rubber. But either way, with this way, you could buy this screen, and then you could just buy like a screen protector for it, and then it would, you know, you wouldn't have to worry about it being scratched. And so far, I mean, like with the glass and everything, it's been pretty damn secure. I wish they were to make the glass not flat and just slightly bulbous, like bulbous just a tiny bit, just so that it would be, things would be a little bit more legible. But I guess the flat look, you know, they just want it to look, you know, sleek. But I think it's just a tiny bulge wouldn't have been a bad idea. Just like all the way across, it wouldn't be hardly noticeable, but it would make the screen look just a tad bit bigger, like it's spilling over the sides. But yeah, with 2 buttons, and then you have like, hold down this button